Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, how is everybody out there in YouTube land?
YouTube land. I had a friend, I sent the link to a friend of mine and she watched it. Hold on, let me get the shit straightened out.
Okay. Goddamn, that was loud. So, it's Monday after Easter. I should have opened the shop yesterday because my phone blew up all fucking day. And that's all I could think about is how much money I missed out on. So much that I want to take today, my off day, and work. But then I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Get done with this. 2 people did walk in already before you got here, though.
No shit.
Yeah.
Trying to find work today. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
You sent it to a friend?
yeah, I sent our video to a friend and now she's trying to give me ideas
Oh.
about where to do the pizza eating video.
What? Oh, about crying?
Yeah.
She liked it.
Yeah, last week, we had talked about me starting an OnlyFans, and all it is videos of me eating pizza at different locations and crying. So she's like, "What about the sex toy shop,
There you go.
Walgreens, Taco Bell,
Everywhere.
eating a Mexican pizza, just sitting there crying?"
Can you cry easy?
I don't know. I can sniff an onion
Oh.
for
yeah.
$5 a month from 10,000 subscribers.
Let's go.
I'll cry on demand.
You want to try it Thursday? I'll try to get rich too.
Take videos of me crying at the tattoo shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eating pizza while I'm getting a tattoo
There
and
you go,
crying.
and crying.
Yeah,
Definitely got to be crying.
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. I've been on a riding a euphoria wave all day long.
Why?
Well, last night I made cookies, and I say before I poured the oil into the batter, I made the batter from it. I poured it one shot, an ounce, and I set it to the side, and I did all the cookies, and I get everything ready, done. And then just some more chores around the house. Did some more chores around the house and got all that shit done. I thought I'm gonna get high. I had some apples, so I juiced those and put a gram of psilocybin crushed up. Put that in the apple juice, let it steep, and then for about 20 minutes, and then shot the juice and shot the coconut oil, the infused coconut oil, and I went and sat down and I put on my headset for my from a PlayStation, and just lit. And I was watching a YouTube frequency video. I don't know if you ever watch those, but
I know what you're talking about.
at 440 hertz, DMT
Mhm.
type, and all that.
Mhm.
It's probably just subliminal messages for me to buy Chinese.
Probably.
products.
That's why I don't listen to them.
But whenever as I'm watching, as I'm waiting on everything to kind of start, and then but I don't remember it starting. I just remember I was playing games on my phone, and then things started to melt. So I just sat back, and it got dark, and I just kept staring at my screen. Fractals, amazing fractals, just multiple, just nonstop. And I forgot, the video was already off. Or I think it was off. My eyes were closed, and I think they were closed. I don't know. It was just that's how vibrant. And then all day today, nothing bad has happened, nothing good has happened, but everything's been more vibrant. Of just and even everything's looked prettier today.
Yeah.
Everything's felt prettier.
That's cool.
So
So you just threw in 1 gram?
Yeah, just doing 1 gram, and then a shot of infused THC oil.
That's plenty of THC.
Yeah.
You're gonna see something off of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it was more the THC than the psilocybin, but just the psilocybin, boosting it, to get across the whole
Mhm.
blood-brain barrier.
Yeah.
It was worth it. I don't remember sleeping, but but when I got up this morning at 6 a.m. like normal, I just got up. I was like, wow, today's cool.
I'm here. Yeah.
I don't, that's what I mean. And it got to that one part where you self-soothe. because you're freaking the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't feel that bad. But you know, when you do edibles, you know, you can get that paranoia state. And then I trip myself out because I have a long, you know, because I'm such a big guy, I have a 6 foot long, you know, blanket. But I wrapped myself all up on the couch and I was just laying there and I was listening to music and I was like, oh, I'm all wrapped up like a taco.
Mm-hmm.
No, you fat bastard, you're big in a blanket. And I don't know, I must have laughed for like an hour. It felt like
I do that. Yeah, I talk a lot of shit to myself. It's so funny. Whenever I was getting these dental implants, I was like so nervous, right? So I was like, let me take some mushrooms to like just see how I feel about it on mushrooms, and just see if there's a difference in how I feel. And like so when I took them, and I like, you know, it was like the big thing on my mind. I thought about it all night, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm like, but your face is gonna cave in if you don't have teeth right there, you know. And I'm like, and then I just get this fucking shot out of nowhere, and it's like, you're a fucking toad anyway, motherfucker. Like, you're so ugly anyway, you know. And I just started laughing so hard because I was just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you being so vain? You know, I still got the implants, but still.
But still, yeah, no, you know, no, I get it. And that's why I don't look in the mirror whenever
Yeah,
whenever
it doesn't bother me too much. When I was younger, I definitely didn't like it.
yeah,
I saw too much.
yeah, I still, you know, to this day, I still see, you know, that, you know, because the mirror is fractaled,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all the different faces, and you know, then they start breaking apart to different ages.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Really, I just see myself.
Nah,
I just see myself, and I'll see things that I don't normally see if I look too long.
I
But...
see a lot of shit I'm responsible for my own. Yeah. Who's the one who fucked your life up? Yeah, so no mirrors for me. Not when I'm high.
You fat bastard! That guy comes out. It's like the guy that lives in jail all the time.
Where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah.
When did these?
Bitch, you know where it came from.
I'm like a 14-year-old girl. Like, I got boobies.
Yeah. What have you done to yourself? Yeah. So, you know, in one of these books I read, it was talking about, I think it was the sacred cross and the mushroom, or the sacred mushroom and the cross. I think that's what it was called. And he was saying that like the ancients believed that when you were in that state, that what you did was you basically raised your temple and God came down into your temple. You're like, you know, and this is kind of what the Bible always talks about with, you know, like your body's your temple.
Yeah.
Well, like that is like the house of God. And so like when you take psilocybin, it kind of like opens up the doors for God. And so like that's literally how I feel though. And like I don't mean it in a weird way, but like just the way I look at things is so much like I'm telling you, I'm walking around my yard and I'm just like, it's beautiful here. Those are the thoughts that I'm having. And it's like I'm here every fucking day. But it's not like, but it's like something different happens, you know? It's like a realization. It's like you have a visitor in your house almost.
Yeah, because you know you're removing the visitor's always, you know, can
He's
be always there.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're removing the veil
Yeah.
that blocks us from, you know, from seeing that all the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So beautiful. I wish I could do it more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a shed built in my backyard, and I'm gonna start like sleeping out there and shit, so I can sleep later. 'Cause the
Right.
kids are always waking me up and stuff.
Kind of a mother-in-law shed in the
Kind
back.
of like that kind of a thing, like a little tiny home type thing,
Yeah.
but without a sink or bathroom or anything. I just come inside. But I was like, that'll be finally a place I could trip and just relax, you know, like won't have
Right.
to hear fucking baby screams, or it won't have to worry about it being a mess. That's one of the big ones when you said that one day about clean your house, and I was like, that's so true. I forgot all about that. I used to clean out my garage, and I think that's just part of why I don't want to do it right now. I'm just like, I don't want to clean up, like, you know, like I don't know. There's just too many toys everywhere and shit like that.
Right. You got to do
Yeah.
you know, your house has to be clean. You know,
Yeah, I want it
your
to be how I
set
want
and
it.
setting.
Yeah.
For me, it's got to be clean and
Yeah.
clutter free. You know, and you know, it's one thing. You know, it's, you know, because it freaks me out. You know, looking. You know, you can see the dirt on the floor.
Yeah,
whatever.
it is gross.
But I already get dizzy. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, I have a natural vertigo, you know,
Yeah.
thing. If I get all motion sickness and all that,
Mhm.
you know, so whenever you get on set, you know, you get all fucked up. I can get I don't want to fall down. You know, like I
crawling around your house.
Yeah, especially tripping. You
Yeah.
know, and you fall and break. You know, fall down or trip over something and
Yeah.
get hurt, and you can't do nothing because I can't operate. I cannot operate a phone.
Yeah.
And I can't think, you know, I'm not going to say it, but hey, dude, call now. You know,
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm too fucked up. And I'm like, is my leg really broken?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Those are the thoughts.
or am I just seeing a broken leg because I'm broken on the inside and I have a fear of walking?
Yeah.
Am I really alive right now, or am I in bed having an out of body experience?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, 6 hours later and everything's over and my leg's fully broken and swollen up. How come you didn't call the ambulance earlier? I don't know, officer.
There was one night where I took acid at the old tattoo shop, and I remember I felt like a pussy inside. There was something that had happened that made me feel like a fucking pussy, and I just felt like a fucking pussy. And I don't remember what it was, but just in general, I felt like a nervousness or a scaredness about everything. So I took this acid one night, and like that's what I was thinking about, is like how I felt so
That
timid.
wasn't a good setting.
No, it was great. It was the best night because so I started like doing these I started walking around and like looking in the mirror and pumping myself up, and I'm like, you're a fucking warrior, like all this shit, like that's like it's true and in me and anyway, but like I just like it was like a really crazy moment that night. And so then I'm like start like testing myself. So I started walking down this hallway, and you've never seen this shop, but it had a long hallway. You had a front room, then you had a hallway. I had an office, like basically in the middle of the shop, and then I had like walls, and it was just all flash in the front. It was a long shop too, and then it opened up into the back. But I would like walk from the front door. I would close my eyes and I would walk, and I would just go straight forward, and like I would just try to walk without being scared of the walls. And so like, and I would have to open my eyes because I'd be like, like trying to walk high and go straight. You know what I mean? But I was just like, you fucking pussy, you're gonna do this shit. And so like I made myself like 100 times walk up and down this hallway with my eyes shut, and like until I wasn't scared of bumping into the walls anymore, because like I knew, and it was about like trusting myself. Right. It's like, bitch, you can fucking walk, like just do this. And so like it took me like a long time, but eventually I walked down that hallway with my eyes closed. I think I did it twice, but I mean it was a crazy little like
experiment, like
to
do that with your eyes closed.
It was psychosis of some sort.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times when I've taken acid, it's like you're tinkering with psychosis. Because like I've gone into like those where you're just laughing uncontrollably,
right?
Like uncontrollably, and I was just like, holy shit, I'm laughing like what you see in those like the thing we saw with that guy taking acid in the 50s. Yeah. Like I felt like I was like having one of those hysteria moments, and
for sure.
Yeah,
and that's what acid. I don't know. It's just, acid's great.
It's a dangerous one to me.
Yeah. Because it is a physical drug. Pharmaceutical drug.
Mm-hmm.
It's made, and then how much per strip.
Yeah.
This is 10 unibyte. Well, are you sure?
Yeah, you never know. And then if it's fake, it's supposed to be stronger.
Right. It's
Yeah.
synthetic. Yeah. So fuck that, man.
Yeah. Well, like the stuff I had last, I gave one that I had to my friend. It was like my last two, and I gave one to my friend John, and he was like, I had never had anything like that in my life. Because I made him go home. He wanted to stay and hang out, and I was like, nah, dude, you gotta go home. Like, get out of here. I want to be by myself. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And so somehow he made it home, I guess. I don't know if he took it at home or what, but he told me it was like one of the best experiences of his life too.
Well, it's made. it takes an hour. So
Yeah, I don't know. I was already tripping for sure. I don't know where he was at.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he did it with me or if he did it later. I don't know.
Probably did it and didn't do it at all and just told you, yeah, man, that was really cool.
Nah, he did. He's a cool guy.
I've seen those guys before.
Nah, this guy's cool.
You have a conversation with somebody about mushrooms, and man, I took 2 grams and I think I saw God. That's okay.
Well, I mean, if it's your first time, maybe.
No, they're like, and I do 2-3 grams every month, 3 months, just depending on it. Like, okay, cool.
And we know you like to brag about your high dose.
No, I don't anymore. I don't brag about them anymore. I just encourage.
You used to. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was amazing.
Yeah, I know. And you feel good about it.
Yeah.
You feel like, damn, look what I did, bitch. Like for me, I remember that was another one of the feelings. It was also went back to like some of my inner feelings of being scared, because I was just like, I remember telling myself, bitch, you just did something most people won't do. Like you just took an amount so high that like most people would lose their minds,
Well, my thing was, after I got a breakthrough,
mm-hmm.
after I achieve ego death, you don't go to chasing it, but I don't want that again.
You do a little bit,
but
right?
I want, but you're wanting that same experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though they're different, but then Like my thing I was really braggy about was I grew that, and as soon as it was ready, I ate a fresh one. And not
Yeah.
and a lot of people they don't get the pleasure of eating fresh
Yeah.
ones. They usually have to buy their whatever
Uh-huh.
from the shade tree down the street. A lot of people don't get the pleasure of growing something, eating it, and then blasting the fuck off.
Yeah.
And that's what I really enjoyed bragging about.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I ate 100 grams last night, but it was fresh one, so
Yeah.
only about 10. Yeah, but it was still really cool to say you ate 100 grams of mushroom.
Yeah.
because it was a wet one.
That's a crazy amount of mushrooms.
Right.
I don't think I could eat that much. How much? What is that?
No, that's what I mean. Whenever you have a fresh one,
Pound or something? What is that?
and 100 grams it's less than a pound.
Is it okay? It's a lot
but-
of mushroom, dude. Just
But
eating the
you
same-
take a fresh mushroom
Yeah.
and when you dry it out, it goes down
It
to 8 or
loses
10.
something, right?
If it's a 100-gram mushroom, you
Yeah,
only
yeah.
get 10% once
Uh-huh.
it's dried. But you don't say that at first.
Yeah. No.
You're like, man,
I
I ate a 100-gram mushroom, last night with some peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it was fresh, so it's only about 8 grams, which is only probably about 5 grams of actual psilocybin, but it's the tryptans that go with the mushroom,
Mm-hmm.
all that, because it is fresh and, whew.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my whole spill on that. Speaking, so what did you think about binge watching Love on the Spectrum?
So, I guess I was expecting it to be more like something I would laugh my ass off at. And no,
Right?
I just was like, this is really wholesome. And like just by the way you talked about it, and because we would always talk about 90 Day Fiance, and then you would bring up Love on the Spectrum,
Right.
and then I had heard Shane Gillis talk about it, and he talked about it like it's fucking hilarious. And I was like, when I was watching it last night, I was like, something wrong with me that I'm not finding this like tremendously hilarious? Like, it just seems really sweet.
And the reason why me and Shane think it's hilarious, we see ourselves. And
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
I mean really.
No, I just look at it. I'm like no, so Nohei was like, I guess I didn't hear her say it, but she got all mad about it, and I totally could understand that because like I've been in that kind of a mindset before where I would find like, oh, they're just using these people, taking advantage of them, and and like when Jenny was telling me she said that, I was like, we'll lighten up, lighten up. Who gives a fuck? This is like their lives are amazing now because of this, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's not like fucking taking advantage of anybody, but like I just felt like it was really sweet and nice, and like I mean I could laugh at a lot of that shit if I wanted to be mean, but I mean most of it was just really nice. And like when you're watching the one guy that's really sweet, like I don't remember his name, but he's like this, he's just like
He's the one who dated the girl with Down syndrome.
yes,
Kate,
like
yeah.
and he's just like, and she's talking more to me today, and she's really sweet. Do you like bananas? I like bananas. Like I mean
Yeah.
he like dude like. I mean, it's like, yeah, if I was like a little younger, I'd be like fucking cracking up, I guess. But like, I don't know, I just didn't find it that funny.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
It's relatable funny.
Yeah, I just thought it was really sweet.
Whenever you've experienced stuff, the
Yeah.
situations that they're going through, and
And I was just thinking, like, imagine the guy, because Shane seems like he has a little bit of the downs. So,
yeah,
yeah, I can see where he's finding pleasure in it. Like, I don't know. I just, that was really sweet. And I was like, imagine a whole world if everyone was just like that guy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Dude, this place would be so wild. It'd be so nice. I mean, nobody would get shit done, but it would be so fucking. I mean, you obviously would need somebody to tell everybody what to do in that world, but like, it would be a nice place. Everybody would be so sweet to each other.
Yeah.
Like that. There's nothing wrong in that guy's world.
No,
Like,
they're-
I'm doing my job. I'm sweeping. I'm doing the hallways.
he's
like, dude.
excited about it.
Oh,
and
he's my
genuine.
favorite. I really like the old guy too from San Francisco,
Wonderful.
dude.
Everything, just it's so wonderful. His voice,
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
so ASMR, relaxing. Like when he came on, I was
Yeah.
like, dude, read me a story, Grandpa.
Dude, he just starts singing a song with some lady, like like I'm just
And
like,
he just sings great.
dude,
and
and
he
he's
just has that.
yeah, no ego, right? Nothing, just fucking like free,
Yeah.
just free.
That's how I want to be.
Yeah, we all do.
You know,
If Jesus was real, that was Jesus. Like right, no harm,
Yeah.
harm. Like yeah.
And just believes in, you could tell him, I mean, hey, so I wanted some ice cream, so I went and got some chocolate chip ice cream. That's so wonderful.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
Proud of you. Yeah.
you know,
all that shit.
You went out and you did something productive today.
Yes.
You know, he's found the joy in the victory in the smallest thing.
Everything.
I was like, and I don't know. I was watching that. And the girl I was watching it with, you know, she's, you know, every once in a while she'll be like, "Yep, that's you. You act like that too." You know. But when he came on, she goes, "Sometimes you act like that. Whenever I'm having, you know, the smallest thing, you'll go, you'll really support it. You know, like it was a big deal."
It's just like watching a 4 or 5-year-old become a full person, though.
Yeah.
Like an adult. That's really what it's like. You're watching kids.
Yeah.
Like that. He's a kid. They're all kids. Nothing bad. Even the one guy was like, he's like talking about all the stuff he's gonna take with him somewhere, and he's like, and my stick could help if I get attacked by animals. Like his mindset was like, not that a human would hurt me, but it's like if an animal might try to,
Right.
like, you know, like there was like, and then he's like, and maybe if somebody, like the last thing he thought was maybe somebody might want to hurt me. You know what I mean? And it was like, it was almost like unreal to him. You could almost kind of tell by the way he was talking.
Yeah. You know,
So I wasn't like, I guess I went into it expecting something different. I thought I was just gonna be like cracking up, you know.
nah, it pulls you in.
Yeah, I mean, I like put it on, and I didn't even really watch a lot of it. I just kind of put it on and just let it play, and I'd walk around, and I watched some of it. I laid there for about 2.5 hours. When I texted you,
Yeah.
I was just laying around watching it while they were taking a nap or something. And then I put it on again later on in the night. But I just kind of quit paying attention too. I was just like, I just thought like, what am I missing? Like, you know?
Yeah, I wasn't missing anything. It's
Yeah.
just, you know, it's, you know, a lot of shows aren't for everybody. But I guess for that one, it's just, it's relatable for me.
Yeah.
They're, especially, you know, the Love on Spectrum Australia has some more Asperger type people on
Yeah.
it, high functional Asperger's in a lot of their love situations. And I remember feeling a lot of that in my 20s, and nobody knew back then.
Yeah.
Autism wasn't a thing for adults back then. They thought you could grow out of it as a child. I mean, you know, the science still wasn't there.
It did make me think like how many people have gone through history with like this kind of stuff, and people just wrote them off as retarded or whatever, you know.
Yeah, they were just different.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's really, I'm like, I'm the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, is there an inner dialogue? That's what I want to know. Do they have an inner dialogue?
Yeah, and it's fucked up.
Is like, yeah, you might have one, but do they have one? You're like real high functioning if you're at the top of the spectrum, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sure they have it.
You just have this. This is what puts you on the spectrum right here. Like nothing else seems weird about you to me.
Well, it says a lot about you and your expectations.
I guess so.
I would think they would have an inner dialogue, consciousness, you know, a morality.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard a lot of people don't. Like up to like 75% of people don't. Apparently.
I never heard that.
Yeah, it's like a recent thing that that somebody had said. Like a study said that like 27% of people or some shit have an inner dialogue, and the rest of them don't.
They just, who the fuck do they talk to?
I don't know. Like I do it with the kids. I'm like, you know that little voice in your head?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's your voice. But do you know that little do you think in there? And Odin's like, yeah. Like the other one's too small, but
Right, but I don't think that can't be right, because, you know, everybody thinks to themselves.
you hope, but like when you talk to some people, you're just like, the fuck's going on in there?
Yeah, but 72% of the population not thinking to themselves.
I mean, there's a lot of people.
I think they don't understand what inner dialogue is whenever they
think
answer
about
that survey.
Well, maybe.
You know?
Well, I mean, then it counts. If they don't understand what the fuck inner dialogue means, then it counts. It's solid.
They also need to ask the question if they're retarded.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't there that other study says that, like, I can't remember what percentage of people it is, but it's like a really high number. I think it's like 16% of people have an IQ below 80 something.
Yeah.
That's huge. And when you do the math on that, that's
Yeah,
a
that's a
big
lot of
number of
people.
people.
But
That's like a big chunk of the population.
I know those 18%.
And then those motherfuckers are breeding, and that's just an average. So you're dipping above and below.
Those are breeding hardcore too.
Yeah. So like, I mean, you have to understand that's the baseline out there. You know what I mean? It's like, they're like, when I first heard that, I was like, that can't be right. But then I was like, that's a lot of stupid people out there.
I was watching who's that guy? Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, I can't stand that guy. Go on. I'm sorry, your hero, but
No, I don't have heroes. He was talking about religion and God, or, you know, religion and science, and he was giving examples of scientists at grade levels, or like degree levels, and how much percentage of those people believe in God. It kept going up and up and up, and he got to the top scientists in the world, and 93% of those people don't believe in God,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the headline.
Okay.
What the headline should have been was 7% of those people still believe in God.
Yeah.
Top form scientists, top respected scientists still believe in God.
Yeah.
That should have been the headline. And,
That's a good point.
you know, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that.
No, neither.
I got.
I think about God a lot, and I like, and it's like it's a hard thing to like try to even explain to somebody that it's not like the God that they think about. Like
right. It's not a Christian. It's
Yeah,
not a dogma.
no,
God. It's not a
yeah.
religious God.
There's no. It's not a you're punished type person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if I created somebody, I wouldn't want to punish them just because they don't want to do what I want to do or what like they don't want to acknowledge me or whatever. I have a son that doesn't acknowledge me now, and like I don't want anything bad for him. Like that's the
Right.
last thing I want is for his life to go bad. I want everything to go great. And so it's like I have a hard time with like, that normal religion, like with that shit.
Yeah. No.
I think we talked about this last time with that Book of the Moo or whatever, when it was saying that the original religion, you just lived your life, you died, and you had to learn these 12 principles, and like that was that. There was no hell. You just kept coming back and doing it again. And I can see where that would be bad because some people would be like, oh, I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want, and I'll just get out of this some other time, or whatever. Or they might not strive for that or care for that, so you have to like trick them into, oh, you're going to be punished, motherfucker, like.
Right.
And so like that, and that's probably how they got people to engage also. Like because people are probably just like, whatever, dude. They had other shit to do. They had food to catch. They didn't have time to think about spirituality.
Well, yeah. I mean, we were cavemen. We've been cavemen for the majority of our existence. It's only really recently. I mean, we went from hunter gatherer to farmer, and the window of time was huge versus farmer to industrial to to what we have today. Because even 50 years ago, there's no way we would have all the shit we do, or even thought about it.
Yeah.
Even though we were supposed to have flying cars by now, and you can't decide what is a man and what is a woman, but
that's why I don't like Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson, because he got into an argument with Patrick Bet David or whatever, and he just looked stupid, and he was like arguing that a man can be a woman even if he has his penis and all that shit still, and he was like saying that it's okay for these trans athletes to be trans athletes, dominate.
No,
I was just like, fuck this
he
dude,
needs to stick to cosmos and science.
Fuck this dude.
Don't have that's where his field of science is, and that's what he needs to.
Yeah.
Don't have an opinion. When you're that much of a nerd to go, or that much of an expert in one field, just stay there.
Stay there, yeah.
Yeah, if you did, you'd be more respected. You'd be more,
Yeah.
You don't want to stick in your nose in other people's
He's
business.
probably like a CIA plant, though. He probably is. Him and I've been watching all these crazy videos lately about shit like that.
Well,
I saw one today that was this guy it was on that Patrick Bet David show, and he was just a clip, and he was saying the same people that own, it was like an Ice Cube quote, was saying that the people that own the fucking record labels that make hip hop music also own the prisons. Like, isn't that crazy? If that's true, that's insanity, because they're pushing out this music that's leading black culture to become violent, you know what I mean? And like idolizing these fucking terrible, they're sacrificing people basically for their money, you know what I mean? To go to the prison.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, long shot, but still, like, that's crazy.
Well, if he means private prisons, then
Yeah,
But
he's
a
talking
lot of
private.
private prisons are your INS and, and then people from smaller states that don't, like Hawaii.
Okay.
And a lot of your federal prison. Yeah, I could see how,
Well, I know when I was in prison, it was a private prison, but it was owned by a judge. The judge, it was like, there's like, I think one was called Pam Lynchner, and then the other one was called, I don't remember what the other one was, but I remember the judge that it was named after came to visit it.
Right. It was, I mean, it's probably a short-term private prison, versus.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And it's cheaper on the state, and plus the state is over. I mean, they're all booked up.
Yeah. It was crazy. It's crazy that they can be private owned.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard Michael Jordan owns some of them too, though. Thought that was pretty. I was like, oh, that's pretty weird.
They probably invest in them.
Yeah. For sure, that's what it is.
You know, like shareholders, and they're a
Uh-huh.
majority shareholder. You're just part of their LLC that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Diversify your portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy Apple stock and buy prison stock.
Yeah.
You know, it's good business.
No
It's always
problem
going to be
there,
there.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it costs you X amount of dollars per day to feed, clothe, and house and secure the patient, the
Mhm.
prisoner. And then you charge the state. It came from, 200% more for that, per
Mhm.
day.
Yeah.
And you get a per day per diem. Shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're getting paid
Yeah.
for sure. That's what they would always say when I was there. They were saying, like, "Oh, they're getting paid off of us."
Yeah. And then whatever labor, if you want to do labor, yeah, I'll pay you, $1 an hour, and I'm charging, $5 an hour per product.
Yeah.
So it's all kinds of money to be made.
Mhm.
Or I could be totally wrong. I have no idea.
No,
This
it's
is
modern.
something
It's
just-
modern slavery.
It's
It's for sure modern slavery.
they're paying you.
Yeah.
So it's not slavery.
Sure.
They're just taking advantage of the situation.
I think it's some of those short-term ones. I don't know if they pay you. I think you can just get on. You can work because like I worked in the prison, but I didn't get a paycheck.
Yeah.
I just got like better food than most people did.
See?
That wasn't like part of the deal. That was just like we just happened to go sneak in and get better food.
And would you rather have bionic arms or bionic legs?
Legs.
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 Fucking runner.
Yeah. I don't know why legs.
Me either.
Kick ass. Kick
There was a
people,
guy-
kick everybody to death.
I've seen you kick one of your kick videos on the gram
Mm-hmm.
like a year ago.
Yeah, I don't kick as much. I need to start kicking again.
I don't kick at all.
Yeah, I know. You didn't have to tell me.
I'm more of a pusher than I am a kicker.
Well, it didn't start out kicking. Like I had to you had to build to it. I remember
Yeah.
I was explaining it to one of my friends one day, and he owns a tattoo shop on the south side somewhere, and he had mentioned something about how high I could kick, and I was like, you just start kicking low. Like, you start kicking low, and then you start working it up. You just start working it up. It takes months, or weeks or whatever depending on you, I guess, but you just start kicking higher and higher and higher. But you start low. Start it like at your fucking knee. Start kicking people, pretend you're kicking somebody's knee.
Right.
That's how you start, and you go from there. You just start working up. You just practice.
Pull a groin, fall down.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it. Yeah. But I guess that's where you find out what you're made of.
I just
keep going
I'll
or
just
you
steadily just kick the knees.
Yeah. That's all you need to do, really.
Yeah.
Or a ball kick. Really, just practice a ball kick.
That's my purse.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. You scream that too. You're gonna confuse the fuck out of them.
I don't know if you ever watched Propane or Propane. Hank Hill, King of the Hill.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That's an episode off that.
Is it?
Yeah, and Bobby took a self-defense
Yeah,
class.
that's right.
Yeah, but it turned out for
Classic.
women. Yeah, he's like, that's my purse.
Yeah, stupid.
Kick that dude's ass.
That's what I was telling you about Krav Maga that one day. Is it's all just ball kicks. It's all ball kicks. If you ever watch a Krav Maga video, like that's all it is.
I've seen, like training videos and whatnot, and you see, men and women training together and sparring together, but you don't see them competing against each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see that in the trans community either. You don't see, so, I mean, there's a strong argument right there.
Yeah.
That, for true physical violence, rugby, those fucking slap fighting videos,
Yeah.
MMA,
Yeah. Imagine a trans man doing slap fighting. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
or what is it? A trans woman? Which one is it?
I don't
I don't know which one's what. The man being the girl.
Right. I don't know, but that's a strong argument about why it should be separated
There's
from
so
all
many.
of them.
There's so many more that even come like before that, and it's like just being a male, you have like a bigger lung capacity,
Right.
more bone density.
Yeah, but they don't care. They don't
your
care.
your right arm apparently is like so much better at throwing things than a girl like from a young age.
Well,
It's insane.
Speaking of that,
Mhm.
a whole darts team over in the UK
Uh-huh.
quit a tournament because because they let a trans woman come in and compete.
Really?
Yeah, darts.
Yeah.
They want to take over the darts.
Of the women. They want to take that away
Yeah.
from the women. It's
That-
so crazy. That's so crazy to be
Yeah.
like just do something else. Like
Have your own league.
you're really bad. Yeah, that's really the key, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have your own league.
That's what Trey would always say.
But it falls back to the truly physical demanding sports. I know all the science behind it, but the truly physical demanding sports, they don't want any part of that because they know they don't stand a chance. There's no way.
Yeah. Well, nobody's gonna watch that shit. Nobody watches the WNBA. Apparently, like the stands are all empty and shit
Yeah.
with those things. So
And
like,
they want
nobody's gonna watch that shit. There's no money there.
No, nobody's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I
I always think like, where the fuck, like, because have you ever heard the Kali Yuga?
no.
It's a measurement of time, right? And it's like, in the beginning, it's like a pyramid, and it's like I think the whole cycle takes like 60,000 years. And at the beginning of the pyramid is when the artisan rules society. So like the artist is the ruler basically, like like, and everything is crafting and selling your craft. There's no money in any of that shit. And as it goes through the Kali Yuga, it changes, and apparently where we are in the Kali Yuga right now is just the age of consumption, where we're like the snake just eating his tail, and like it's like this is what's gonna happen before it starts all over again. But it's just a measurement of time of 60,000 years, and they think we're at the last part of it. And it always makes sense to me. And like when I thought about like us being at the end of the Pisces era, and like how it seems like some of these companies are just willing to do anything just to get a little bit more money. It's like a mad dash almost of greed. And I wonder if that greed comes from the 80s, or if we're just really in some sort of a Kali Yuga.
It's
you know?
because we're going digital in the next 10 years.
For
All
sure. Yeah.
For sure going digital.
Yeah.
And so they're just making everybody. Nobody knows what they're going to do, but
Yeah.
I guarantee that's got something to do with it.
Yeah. Spend your cash. Spend your cash now.
Yeah.
Or
If you have any.
I wonder what it'll be worth. Because like money from like 100 years ago is like worth a lot. I save money. Like when I find old money, I save it.
Well, yeah, if it's going to take it'd be your kids or your grandkids because they
Yeah.
print so much money
Yeah.
now, and it's going to be around forever. You
Mhm.
can't burn it. It doesn't burn with this shit. So, what else can you do? You wipe your ass and flush with it, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's weird, like, and of course, I don't know how they're going to do the mark of the beast, but you know that argument's coming.
The money is the mark of the beast.
No, I'm saying, yeah, but I'm saying like, are they, like the Christians, even though they're paying with their debit cards,
Yeah.
they're paying with their iPhones, they're paying with their watch phone,
Well, that's what like when the vaccines happened. That's that story came in my mind a lot. Even though I'm not
Right.
like that kind of a religious person, but like I thought about that story from my childhood so much, and I was like, oh, I'm not getting a vaccine. Like I'm not doing that. And then you see all these people that had problems. You know what I mean? Like people dropping dead from myocarditis and all
Yeah.
that shit. It's like glad I didn't get it. Like, but I used that, as my kind of my measuring stick, And then I started like, that's kind of like also what kind of pushed me to look at the Bible as being like something deeper than just the story you read,
Right.
like how Exodus is kind of a story about a tyrannical government gone mad. And it's like kind of where we are now. You can kind of look at it like that.
But like like all science fiction, all science started out as science fiction.
Mhm.
And whenever you're mapping human behavior, let's write a story about a tyrannical government. If it doesn't happen, hey, they used our book as a guide for not to happen. If it does happen, then by God, we created the future.
Or it's just a really old story that somebody in humanity was smart enough to like give us this clue. And
Eventually,
say, hey,
humans
this
will
is
lead to
gonna
this.
happen. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is gonna happen over and over and over. You should be weary of it. And I think that's what the story is more like designed for.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
like,
It's not so much predicting the future because you could throw a cat, sling a cat at a government. That
Yeah.
government's going to be fucked up.
yeah,
Well, duh, all governments eventually become fucked up. That's human nature.
yeah. I like this one quote I saw, and it was basically saying we have guns so that we can protect ourselves from a tyrannical government. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that part. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people have forgot that part. I bet that's what the government wants, for sure. I don't know. This year's gonna be crazy. I think with the election though, it'll be pretty wild.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait for the election to be over, and I can't wait for the Jake Paul fight to be over.
Oh, you still seeing a lot for that?
So fucking much. And speaking of politics, and I wrote this down. I didn't bring my notes, but I remember writing this down. I don't know if I'm right or left because I don't know what the fuck that means.
Well, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean they like have so many guidelines and rules, and they seem to be all blurry now.
I used to know if I was Republican or Democrat.
Yeah,
You know, like okay,
it's
but
like you
now,
believe in abortion or you don't. Basically, back in the day.
yeah, you know, or do you want to be taxed or you don't want to be taxed?
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
you gotta give or take. But nowadays it's gotten to where the point of like Democrats are also supporting Trump and but and Republicans are supporting Biden and the right's doing this and left's doing that. But they're none of it the shit that I agree with. And so I was wondering today. I was like, am I in the right or the left in
Well,
this
they have a
political
middle.
thing? Or I don't even know what the fuck the middle
It's just
is.
the middle. You're like
Uh,
neither. You're just like I'm not either.
I just which one is gonna bring me the least amount of despair?
Yeah. Well, that's what I like. When people reach out to me because of some of the memes I share sometimes,
Yeah.
and I try to quit sharing that shit because I don't like it when people are political, and I'm not really political, but I just see the irony in some of this stuff, so I'll share it. And somebody was like, he was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I like Trump, and I was like, yeah, I mean, he's cool with me. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't vote for social issues. Like if I'm
Right.
gonna vote, and it's probably because I'm a business owner. I'm not like a cog in the wheel. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
I don't think like that. And so like, I am about whoever's gonna give everybody more money. That's who I'm with. So if you're gonna lower fucking gas and like, I know Democrats, I know they're gonna fucking raise fucking taxes on gas because gas is evil and climate change and all that. That's their whole game plan. Is like we're gonna act like we give a fuck and then we're just gonna raise taxes on everybody all the time. And it's like the joke's on the people because yeah, okay, they can raise the taxes on the gasoline company. What's the gasoline company gonna do?
Raise their prices.
No shit. You know what I mean? And so it's like such a fucking joke. And like so like I dislike the Democratic Party for that reason. But I also don't like the Republicans either because you have people like Mitch Romney and shit like that. And I think he's a fucking turd. Like his like he's definitely doing insider trading. They're all doing insider trading.
Well, yeah.
I think about this too, like whenever the founding fathers started this shit, do you think that, I mean, of course they thought we're doing something really good here. And it was for a long time, but really what they did is they just made a bunch of kings. Instead of having one solid king, now you got a fuckload of fucking kings because all those motherfuckers in Congress are kings, right? Like
Right.
they're untouchable. They can do whatever the fuck they
And
want.
then they have their chancellors that control.
Yeah, they're all fucking kings. And so you just made like a billion kings versus one king.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, I guess it's better, but still, like, I don't know. And I think like part of like the whole communist thing is they want you to not believe in your democratic society. And so it's like they've kind of succeeded, I think, because you and me are sitting here talking about how neither one of them are any good. You know what I mean?
Right. Our
And
two-party
that's what they
system.
want. They want you to look at your system like, oh, it's fucking broken, blah blah blah, so that you'll usher in something like communism.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that system's way broken.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And that's those people are retarded
Yeah. As these young people talk about it though.
because they think it's better.
Yeah, that's
They
what I'm
think They think
saying.
it'll work until they. But then whenever they're under the age of 25 usually.
Yeah.
So their frontal lobe's not even fully developed. So their opinion, while valid,
yeah.
doesn't count.
Yeah, you would hope.
I know they can still vote,
They
but
sure
you know,
can. I think they're a
eventually they
big part
grow out
it.
of that,
Yeah.
just like we all grew out of our dumbass decisions.
Yeah. I don't know though. Like I don't like either one of them. I don't think anybody's gonna do us any true good. Even when Trump was in office, I mean, things were better, like money wise, but I mean, he didn't really get to do anything that he said he was gonna do. They never do.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Well, I mean, the world still turns.
Yeah. Yeah.
A man went for a swim at a Bass Pro Shop in Leeds, Alabama.
Okay.
He crashed his car into the shop,
Mm-hmm.
got naked, ran into the shop, and dove into the big giant aquarium that they have
Right.
at Bass Pro Shop.
Okay.
And the cops came and arrested him.
Yeah.
All that. That shit's gonna happen no matter who's in office.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
A woman in Florida is suing Reese's Peanut Butter Company,
Uh-huh.
M&M Mars, because on the Reese's pumpkin, on the package, the pumpkin candy has a jack-o'-lantern carved in it.
Okay.
But when you pull the candy out, it's just shaped like a pumpkin. So she's saying a false
Oh, that
advertising.
is. Yeah, she's gonna win. But you know who's gonna really win it? Her lawyers.
Yeah.
She's not gonna win shit.
No.
I watched this one court case, and it was like this guy bought like a water slide for his kid, and on the box it looks huge, and it's not nearly as big, and so he like takes them to court. They settle for $500,000. Almost all of that goes to his lawyers, and
Yeah.
he gets 50 grand or some shit like that. I
Right.
mean, it's 50 grand more, but I mean, the lawyers are the ones that are gonna get rich.
Yeah, the lawyers are ones going to get rich.
Yeah.
Made a bad deal with a lawyer. They just took.
Obviously.
You're retarded enough to sue a company over the size of an inflatable.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you look really retarded, and you make you sign a piece of paper saying I take 90%
Yeah, it was wild.
of your take.
Yeah, all for his fee.
Yeah, we have this much, and then we have fees, and we have court fees, and all that comes out of all of that. You end up
Yeah.
with enough money, not even enough money to go to Disneyland. You could see some real floatables.
I don't ever want to go there.
It's not fun.
You been there?
One time with my ex-wife, so that's why I can't
I think
go.
you told me that. Yeah.
It wasn't the Magical Kingdom.
I bet it wasn't.
No.
Yeah. 2 people without kids.
Yeah.
That must have been real fun.
Yeah, it was the last vacation, and then we were together maybe another year before splitting up. So
Yeah.
that tells you the state of the marriage.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Ooh, so yeah, it's not the Magical Kingdom for me. It was I tried to lose her.
Yeah. Maybe shove her in a pond, open an alligator, gets there.
Driving around the safari, and I was like, there's an animal. I could just push her off right here. Fuck, but there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
I would get, she didn't fall off. You can see me go, bam.
Yeah.
Get off the.
Maybe you could like trip into her.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, look, she
Yeah.
fell down into the monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh, she's getting torn apart. Oh, I'm so sad. Who wants to give me sympathy, pussy?
Yeah.
Help me get over all this trauma. But sadly, I decided prison wasn't worth it. So
Yeah. It's not worth it.
No, there's no more Magical Kingdom.
Could you imagine being that stupid though? Like that you fucking choose to kill somebody, like something like that? Like it's so stupid. When I watch those murder things, I
Yeah.
can't believe my mind most of the time. I'm just like, what the fuck? Just leave her. Just
Yeah.
leave her.
Yeah,
Like,
just
why?
fucking leave.
Why are you poisoning her? Like or just vice versa. It's just like I don't like. I
They
just never. I just always think too, like I'm pretty smart, but I am smart enough to know that I will not get fucking away with that shit.
Right.
Like I know, like I can't fucking do it, and I just can't believe the balls on some of those people that think they can like
Get
go-
away with murder.
that they can just sit through the interrogation.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that you think you can sit through that interrogation, I mean, like you are either really stupid or just got balls bigger than your brains. Like that is so crazy.
Yeah, I that's why I've never murdered.
Yeah.
Is because
Yeah,
I
me
know
too.
I know what prison's like, and
Yeah.
I don't want to go live in there.
I know you're gonna get caught.
I'm gonna get raped.
That's like one of my nightmares. You're gonna get raped.
Yeah, I can't do
no
it.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
Like, not even gonna try to fight.
I'm not gonna try to fight, but
well, if you try to fight, you're not gonna get raped.
yeah, you are.
I mean, they have to hold you down. You really have to make some people mad, or they really have to want you. Like,
I'm an ex-CO.
Yeah, okay. Well, don't tell anybody that.
Yeah, the prisoners know.
Yeah, okay.
All it would take is one person seeing me. It was a lifer from back in 94,
Okay.
95, and it's still a lifer.
Yeah.
They just gotta see me and bam.
Well, hopefully you look different with a shaved head because they shave your head when you go in.
Yeah,
You get a
don't.
different haircut or something.
I work because I had to show you a picture of me back in the
Just
back
go
in.
straight to getting raped. It's like the last thing I'd worry about.
No, that's the only thing I worry about is getting raped.
You kind of got to be asking for it.
No, you don't. I've seen it happen. So those people are.
But you were saying you were in the mental place, right?
Yeah,
So it's a little different, I'm assuming.
it's prison.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd be raped.
Yeah, I'm sure your timidness would be staring through your bravery, like so. I'm sure you wouldn't be exactly brave.
I'd be raped in Monopoly jail.
Oh, jeez. We need to put you in jiu-jitsu like right away if this is where your confidence is. Jesus Christ.
No weapons. No.
You know
knife.
how good you would be at jiu-jitsu though? You would be extremely good. Do you know why?
Because of my size? Or?
Yes, because all it is about holding a motherfucker down. And so like when you're big, you have a lot of weight on me.
Right.
So like you're going to give me hell trying to get out from under you if you know how to hold somebody down. You know what I mean? Oh, did you just go gay with it in your mind?
No, I went straight. I was like, according to my ex-girlfriend, I was really good at holding people down. Get off of me! Get off of me! I can't breathe.
Yeah. Well, there's a move that Trey likes, and it's called Mother's Milk, and he's like, you basically shove somebody's fucking nose right here, and you're just fucking on top of them, and you just try to keep suffocating them with this part of your body. And like Trey loves it. He's like, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. You know?
I could.
It takes like zero technique. All you gotta do is just fucking shove your fucking chest on him and hold him there.
Just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Just can you rub their head too?
Yeah, sure. If you can feel like it, yeah. It might be like, I mean,
Go to
once
sleep.
you get really good at it, you
Shush.
really probably could.
Shush.
Yeah.
Sure,
Go to sleep,
it's
little
okay.
baby.
Go to
Go to
sleep.
sleep, little
Go
Robert.
to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bury my dick in your boneyard. Just go to sleep. You won't feel nothing. I'm gonna do that to my girlfriend.
Yeah, you should try it. Hey, Mother's Milk.
The new position, mother's milk.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna wake her up because she hates it. Well, she doesn't hate it now. She got used to it, but you know, how you wake them up for sex. I'm not even gonna wake her up. I'm just gonna
Wake her up for sex.
I'm just gonna mother's milk her. until she
You
wakes
guys
up.
are like teenagers. Wake her up for sex. Hey, wake up, I'm horny. I mean, I sleep in a separate bedroom from mine, so.
Well, I mean, you know,
So it's just so funny to me because it's like that's not even a thing in my world. Wake up.
It's only think about it. It's, you know, we don't live together,
Yeah.
so it's only on the weekends.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
and then you know, it's what you want to do. You're like, hey, you know.
But aren't you like super sensitive when you wake up and have sex? I'm like ready to bust a nut right away.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like that.
I lube the shit out of it.
That helps?
Yeah,
That helps not bust it?
yeah. Because
Okay.
I'm used to dry rubbing whenever I jack
Yes.
out. You know, so I got
Yeah.
all sensitive to that. So
Yeah.
yeah, if I try to do it with no lube, it'll-
Even if I'm fucking a girl, like I'm talking about fucking a girl, like
Yeah.
like if I
No, I
morning
gotta-
sex, like I'm just ready to bust, like
no,
8 pumps tops.
I use that lube. I'll run out of breath. You know, sometimes I'll run out of breath before I get done.
Hey, look at you,
Yeah,
stud.
I don't know. It's like a good morning workout. You know,
The morning thing is not it for me. Too sensitive. I never liked it. I don't like it. I never have. Even when I was busting nuts, I didn't like it.
yeah. I don't know. There's something about, you know, you roll over, knock one out, get up, and go shower,
Yeah,
and then go to work.
I guess.
All within an hour span. You know,
And what are you floating?
you feel pretty good.
Like a teenager,
Like a grown man. Like
thinking
yeah,
about her,
teenage-
thinking about her all
No,
day.
no, just like no, I'm not
Smelling
thinking
your-
about. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just,
Smelling your fingers and shit. Oh, what was that you said, Karen? All day long.
no, I wash my hands. You know, that's what I'm saying. You just get done. You dump a load. You go shower. You know, so it doesn't. You don't smell like sex all day long. No, it makes you
So
feel good.
So you feel energized?
Yeah.
Really?
I
What
feel-
about when you bust a nut at night? Do you feel energized then, or do you feel tired?
No, I feel energized. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can't bust a nut and go like you know. I can't. I don't ever bust a nut and just pass out.
Yeah. I always used to tell myself that lie when I was beating off.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna beat off to pass out. Never
Yeah.
pass. I'm just like, fuck. I'm awake.
yeah.
Now I'm really awake.
Yeah, not really awake. You know. No, but no, I don't get sleepy afterwards. I want to I get energized. You know, but I get a little more energized from that workout in the mornings than whenever I go walk or do some yoga or lift the
Really?
weights or whatever. Sex is a lot better, morning exercise for me.
Okay.
Man, my fucking arms get sore though.
Holding yourself up.
Yeah, it's not like doing it. I mean, I don't know, man. I know I'm way too fat for push-ups, but I don't know. Holding yourself up against no resistance, like the bed, it's just. I mean, that's a
It's
workout.
a plank. Yeah, it's a plank.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a plank. It's a workout. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
and then just be moving for it's for 12, 15 minutes tops.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's
But-
very normal, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's a constant. It's not like
Yeah.
move, stop, move, stop, move, stop. It's a constant. Until you're breathing and
Constant
sweating.
pumping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Selling himself, ladies. selling herself.
Yeah, it does sound like that, doesn't it?
He's over there bragging.
It's like, I don't make love. I'll pump in you for about 15 minutes straight,
Yeah.
and then after that, I got.
You're on your own.
I'm either done or I'm out of breath. It's not pretty. Don't picture it.
Oh, I don't want to. I'm very visual though, so it's already happened.
It's like I got to shower now.
Yeah. That's funny. I'm just always tired.
Yeah.
Like if I bust a nut, I'm tired. I'm like, get the fuck away from me, and I'm tired. You're not like, get away from me.
Hey, no. Usually I don't. Usually they leave afterwards.
Okay, but she's not leaving. Listen.
Yeah, if she doesn't leave, then usually.
But do you still have that feeling like,
No,
okay, I don't want to look at you?
I don't have to.
Or
That's
do you
what I
want
mean.
to? You just want to lay there and look at her?
No. I just roll over, but she's done. She's not like wanting to cuddle either.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's no cuddling.
Yeah.
There's exercise, and then
We're here for workout, and that's it, huh?
yeah. I can't. I don't know. I've never been a cuddler.
Oh yeah, me either.
Uh,
I'm a caresser. I'll caress.
Yeah, but after
I don't wanna
everything's done, I need 10 minutes of introverted time.
That's what I'm
just-
saying.
you
Like
know,
that's
like-
what I'm getting at is like,
Yeah.
like when you bust a nut, it's like you don't want to be around them anymore. It's like get the fuck away.
I think
from
that's
me.
natural.
Yeah, when I was like promiscuous, like I would just stop talking. Like so, like it would be like someone I hang out with a lot. I'm real talkative after the sex though. I would just be like I wouldn't look at them. I wouldn't even make as much eye contact with them and shit like that. And
Yeah.
I just like it was just all like I was a real piece of shit, I guess, because like I don't know, like I really just would like, all right, we're done here, like
Right.
like,
Why are you still here? I paid
yeah.
you. I paid you. The money's on the counter.
Yeah, it was no money involved, but you know.
You caught that, huh?
Yeah, I knew what you were saying. Yeah. I just wanted to make the people at home know Jay's not paying for it.
We all pay for it one way or another, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
Whether it's by money or have to go see
Being
the
forced
BD.
into a relationship, usually. That's
You
how I
gotta-
pay for it.
And whenever it pees and burns, then you got to go get a
Yeah.
doctor, pay that money.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah. You gave me herpes. No, you paid for it.
Solid.
Or that one that Jeselnik told, like, hey, I have crabs. I know. I gave them to you.
That's funny. I saw him on something recently, but I didn't think he was that funny. I never really thought he was that funny, though.
Well, he's funny, and if you like that dry, dark sense of humor,
Yeah.
a
was
lot,
pretty dry.
a lot of his jokes, or he has some originals and some that seem like not stolen but same wavelengths. Like whenever I've been watching comedy since a child.
Uh-huh.
I mean, even before Eddie Murphy Raw. I mean, Jackie the Joke Man, Rodney Dangerfield, a lot of old school comics. George Carlin, back whenever he was still wore a suit on Saturday Night Live, before he went all, crazy, like, all cool comic. And so I'm not saying that that the younger ones are stealing jokes. It's just they're on the same wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one guy from Kill Tony. I was like, as soon as I started watching, I was like, that's Pauly Shore.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's a really neat connection you made.
yeah,
Yeah, I've never seen a stand-up, but like I could see like the weirdness.
right.
Yeah.
And it's just in the way they move around the stage and just never stop talking.
Mm.
And, it's always keeping the thoughts going, keeping they don't tell a joke. They just keep talking.
Yeah.
They just, and Pauly, whenever he was, really fucked up and he really famous, that's what he did. But of course, he grew up at the Comedy Store.
Yeah. Imagine that. Being raised by Sam Kinison and shit. That was your babysitter.
Yeah,
Imagine that.
that'd be fucking wild.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's an experiment. For
Yeah,
real. You think he
for
got
real.
diddled on, I mean?
Do I?
You think he got diddled on?
No, I
No?
don't. Because stand-up comics, I mean, I don't really. They're not like,
Yeah, but it's Hollywood.
they weren't. It's not famous Hollywood. Like
True.
like they, Ricky Gervais and a lot of other stand-up comics that they do the shows, the award shows. They're like, don't give us. It doesn't make. In fact, Seinfeld, also made, don't give us awards. It doesn't make a shit, to us if you give us awards. Not we're going to sell more tickets. We're not looking for a job like you actors.
Yeah.
And so, I don't think, I don't think that in the green room that they're diddling children like
No, like the house was apparently right behind the Comedy Store.
Yeah,
So
but
I guess like she would have
it was
comics
all
up there
it was
watching.
all one big
Yeah.
giant.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. But no, I don't think they did. He
I
got
hope
diddled
not.
in the green
I hope
room.
not.
Yeah.
I like Pauly Shore a lot.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Not like not like inviting a 14-year-old to live with you. That
Who
you know,
did that?
like Usher and P Diddy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's all
yeah.
coming out.
Oh, really?
It's already-
I've
it's
just
already
seen
been
the
out there.
raiding. I haven't heard anything else after the raid, though.
Right. But I'm saying all the other stuff that's popping up on
Yeah.
the feeds
I've been sharing
is stuff
it,
that's
yeah.
been out there. They're just revisiting it now. That it's
Yeah.
been, like his Usher's Howard Stern interview.
Oh, really? What happened on that?
He talked about the parties at Diddy's house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and how he was 14 and they were having. I mean, he saw parties and whatever the record label was, and but they call it Puff Diddy Camp or something, or Puffy Fluffy Music Camp.
Okay.
Anyway, they asked him straight up. They said, "Would you let your now that you have a daughter, would you let her go to Puffy's music camp?" He goes, "Hell no."
That's crazy.
So stuff happened.
Yeah. Yeah. That's wild. That's wild. I hope they get it.
Right.
I hope something crazy happens to those dudes. That's so wild.
A few years ago, whenever I was working as a case manager in hospice, I sat there in a woman's apartment, and she's in the she's like, "Let me go brush my teeth," and I'm watching her, and she goes over to the sink, and I see her grab the Boudreaux's butt paste because it looks like a toothpaste thing, and she starts putting on a brush, and I catch it and intervene, and we make some decisions. This morning, I'm in front of my sink and I have the water running, and I'm holding it. I look down, I'm like, something doesn't feel right. I look down, and I have my toothpaste under the water instead of the brush, and I didn't even have my toothbrush. I had my hairbrush. And I'm like, holy fuck, I have Alzheimer's. He's like, oh, no, wait a minute. I'm high as a kite still.
That's funny. That's really funny.
So, yeah, I was like, how can I brush my teeth with this?
You could try.
It's one of those flat panel big hairbrushes.
Yeah, I figured that.
I was
Yeah.
like, But I was like, why am I holding the toothpaste under the water? I wasn't even holding the brush under the water. I was just holding the toothpaste uncapped under the
Yeah.
water. Thinking, well, that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, there you are.
I felt retarded.
I bet.
Yeah.
That's funny. I bet you feel even more retarded now that you told us.
Nah.
I know. I'm just playing.
Yeah, it's okay to punch down on
I
yourself.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I always have a good time telling jokes on here.
Yeah.
And apparently, sort of, my friends enjoy the jokes because then they tell me, "Oh, you should eat pizza." She told me in front of an elementary school. I was like, "Bitch, are you trying to get me on a registry?"
Yeah. What is
Speaking of
happening
this
there?
kind, she watched the whole thing,
Okay.
and she goes, "Hey, I want to interview too." I said, "What?" She goes, "You should tell him that I want to interview so I can answer all the questions about you. I have so much I want to talk about." I was like, "Oh, well, we did just talk about getting a new sound card so we can have 4 mics. I could make it happen."
I'm fine with it. I don't give a fuck. We can interview like your plumber. I don't give a shit.
Right.
That's why, like, I was like, after you said my brother, and I was like, okay, yeah, that'd be a good one. And then I was like, Shantae, like, why not? I'm wondering how many people are gonna like freeze up and act differently. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because like I was
We
thinking,
we first did.
did we?
Well,
little
not
weird.
really freeze up, even though the audio was bad. Of course, me and my
Yeah, I
did it
definitely.
memory.
All I could hear the very first time was I could hear your vocal fry outside of our earphones. And,
Right.
like that's all I heard the whole time was just this. right before you speak, I just hear this.
right.
And I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" It was so hard. I was high too, so it was like,
Yeah. But I remember I remember one episode we didn't talk a lot. We just kind of, all right. Well, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's because
remember that.
we weren't comfortable yet.
yeah.
With,
I think that day, I had like worked out, done my sauna,
yeah.
and so I quit doing the sauna before we do the podcast too, because
Right.
I remember feeling like I just felt like I didn't have shit to say that day,
Yeah.
and it was probably all you.
Well, and then like I didn't have any notes.
Yeah.
I mean, then like last week, I brought all those notes, right?
Uh-huh.
And so this week, I mean, but I left my notepad at work. Uh,
I need to start writing notes down throughout the week.
yeah.
It's so hard for me just to sit down and focus on one thing with fucking my kids running around. Those
Well, yeah,
maniacs.
and I guess that's why I mean, I left my I left my joke book at work because I'm just, it's easier for me,
Yeah.
and I got to write shit down or because I laugh, you know, I laugh at 2 a.m. and and I'll tell Siri, hey, make a note about, and then whatever I said doesn't make sense because I don't remember.
Yeah.
By the time I wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
I just remember laughing, and Siri
Yeah.
has a note in it, but it talks about using little people as lawn darts.
Yeah. That's one thing I really like about Shantae is like whenever like I see something, because like that's why like I felt stupid watching Love on the Spectrum, because usually I can watch things and I find humor where other people don't find humor. Like I can find something very funny that somebody did, or just a look they have or whatever, and like so like when I'm watching Love on the Spectrum, I was just like I just felt really unfunny. I was like, what's happening here? Like I just felt like I couldn't find anything funny about it. But like that's one thing I like about watching shit with her, is because I can point out that shit and I'll be like, look at this, look at this, look at this, and she'll watch it. She gets it every time, and
Right.
not everybody will get that shit. Yeah.
Whenever you don't have to explain it, you can
Yeah.
just look and they get the same thing you get.
Yeah. And it'll just be
No.
something so stupid and small that you won't even see. You know what I mean? Those are my
No.
favorite things
Yeah.
for sure. Well, it's getting dark. You think we should wrap this one up?
Sure.
I wonder what. I bet the light works with this camera.
Yeah, I
you-
bet it'll work better because
Yeah, it's a better quality, right? Yeah.
you shave.
Yeah, you do.
I had that long
Did
long
you get a
hair.
haircut this week?
No, I
Oh,
had
you
that
looked
long.
different the other day.
I had that long ass, because I don't grow a beard. I just grow hair,
Uh huh.
and I'd let it grow like lamb chops. And
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And the German was like, "It's time to shave."
Yeah.
And so she helped me, and we got all cleaned up. She even trimmed some stuff. Then so I'll leave her house, and I go to. She comes back to mine the next week, and she go, "So what they say about your shaving?" Because she's like, "You look so." I was like,
We didn't say
"Nobody said
shit.
a goddamn thing."
Welcome to man world. Yeah.
So welcome to working with women and being a man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
losing, like over the last year, I lost 60, 70 pounds.
Yeah.
Two of the women that knew I was losing weight at work have said something. but
Really?
other than that, fuck all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, baby, they're not gonna say nothing.
Yeah. We don't notice that shit. I did think you looked different this weekend though.
Right?
I was like, maybe you just had sex before you came or something.
No,
Your-
it's because
your
I
hair
shaved.
looked wet. Was
Yeah.
it this weekend though that you shaved?
No, it was in between time.
Oh.
Like because whenever because I came and saw you Friday with her,
Uh-huh.
it was that previous Sunday.
Okay, so
Yeah.
since I hadn't seen you since. Oh no, I did Monday, right?
Yeah, I think we did a podcast.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was that day we did.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't notice shit like that very
Yeah.
much. Yeah, I'm not that guy.
I was like, she was all just dripping out.
Jenny will go, what do you think about my hair? And I'll go, looks good. Looks good. I have no clue what's different. It looks great.
That
She's
looks
like,
great.
I dyed it. I'm like, yeah.
Dude,
Yellower? Like, you dyed it
I'm
more
s-
yellow?
The girl I'm with now and her silver hair, that's her natural color, and she
Uh-huh.
doesn't want to color it. The woman I lived with for 16 years, every fucking time she dyed her hair a lighter shade of blonde or whatever, freaked the fuck out because I couldn't tell
Yeah.
or didn't say anything. No matter what, and I'm saying and this wasn't the first 2 years. This was like further and she knows I'm colorblind. Still freaked the fuck out every time. Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, no, you're a dumb, inconsiderate cunt.
Inconsiderate. Man, you're the only one that can see that shit, man.
No, well, okay, but she gets. To get mad.
Who? Who? Not Katja.
Do what?
Not Katja or
No,
Katja? Okay.
no, the woman I was with for 16 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was with
Yeah.
her for 16
well, she
years.
was just irrational. So,
Yeah, she was just a cunt.
Yeah. Self-destructive. That's
Yeah.
what that was.
Yeah. So yeah,
I sometimes wish, because like when I was walking outside and Katja was, you guys were both outside, and when I walked outside, like I wish you could have met my mom. She doesn't like. It's not like I would think you'd want to fuck my mom. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that. But like, there's just something about Katja that reminds me of my fucking mom. It's like the haircut, the glasses. It's like everything, like it's just in like the way she looks down like this, like like it's everything. Like it's just that she has all these little things that remind me of my mom.
Right.
It's so weird. It's so weird. I wish you could have met her.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That'd have been cool.
it would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next life.
Yeah. Next life. Next life.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Later, dudes.